Hey yo, what is up guys, Zanecraft here, welcome back to another new video, and in today's video, we are going to be doing our final picks for the Prime card. This whole event is going to be crazy. I'm super excited. It will be tomorrow when this video is releasing. It is actually the night of the press conference. Some things have happened and it will actually kind of determine what I'm going to be saying here for my picks, but I wanted to wait until the press conference and bits of the weigh-ins so I can kind of get some information and everything into my pick, and also the media workout. But yeah, I am really excited to predict this right now, and without further ado, let's just get right into it, motherfuckers. Alright, so we begin with the prelims. These prelims already are just a great part of the card on itself. So, to start off the prelims, we have SX versus DTG. Now, this is a pretty interesting fight, and I'm going to be watching this closely on fight day because they're both heavyweights, and I might want to match up with one of them one day if they do well. But, obviously, SX is new. And DTG had his fight against Halal Ham last year. Now, it was a loss, but it was also an arguable win or an arguable draw due to that second round being leaning more towards DTG, but also Halal Ham was coming back, and it was kind of a mix bag between like who won, who lost, and end of the day, it's all up to interpretation. Yeah, DTG has that experience. SX is a newcomer. So though, he is training with KSI, and that is a big factor, even though obviously KSI is a lot unorthodox. This fight gym is very good and it produces great fighters. Like Arms came back and gave a massive showing against Uguay. Like, that was crazy improvement from Arms. Like, he did some smart stuff in there during the fight before he got stopped. So, SX can come out there very good, very heavy, but also at the same time, DTG has that experience, and he's showing he's very forward, and he isn't that bad. Yes, he did an accidental elbow. That was an accidental spin on the combination to try to move away from him. But he isn't that bad. So, this one, honestly, is a little close, but, and I didn't really see anything from SX that would show that he would knock out DTG or do any huge damage. But, you know, it could probably go either way, but I'm going to lean towards DTG due to his experience. So, yeah, I think DTG is going to win by unanimous decision. I think SX is going to go out there, probably win the first round, and then he is going to maybe gas out a bit because even though he's been on big stages and everything, the fight game takes a lot out of you. So I think he's going to gas after the first round, and DTG is going to take advantage. So, yeah. And then we got the fight that everyone has been waiting for, the long-awaited rematch. Tag team against one, Astrid, Wett, and Alexia Grace versus the table. Come on. Yeah, no, we have the girls here as kind of a bit of a pee break. It's kind of disappointing because you could have some great girl fights on here, like Barbie and Julie. You should have thrown that on the card. But, no, yeah, we have Astrid, Wett versus Alexia Grace. My Alexa went off. What the fuck? We have Astrid, Wett versus Alexia Grace, and I said it completes the card because obviously we have Logan, and he is the table.
I am the table.
And then we have these guys who got smashed through a table. But no, this is very easy. Astrid, Wett will win by way of TKO due to the fact of her being experienced, her having the overwhelming pillow fists, and Alexia just being a bell end. So, yeah, TKO for Astrid Wett. I don't really care anymore. I used to like her. Now it's just kind of annoying. But, yeah. Anyways, next up, we have a big one. One that I need to watch very closely. due to the fact that both of these guys I've wanted to fight or have been suggested to me. Tempo Arts versus Chase Demoor. And this one's fucking obvious, but it also is a little interesting. So, Tempo actually looked a little slim at the press conference. So, I'm thinking he might have cut a little bit, and this kind of changed my prediction, because I thought he would show up at, like, maybe 270, 280, but it seems like he might be in the more 250 range, which is still on par with Chase. So finally that bitch doesn't have a weight advantage. But just to be sure, I'll put the weights right here. Anyways, no, since Chase will no longer have a weight advantage, this is the first fight he will be dropped in. 110%. He will be dropped in this fight. But the question is, will he knock him out or not? And to that, I have to say yes and no. So I think if it is in the first 2 rounds, I think Tempo will win via knockout if he keeps up a good momentum, good pace. He is technical as fuck. He is powerful. He's just great. Chase is getting a little better, to his credit, but not good enough to face on the par with Tempo. So Tempo is going to go in there very heavy. He's going to smash up Chase and then probably end it. But if somehow miraculously Chase still is up, I see Tempo winning either by unanimous decision or a late third, just like the Alan Belcher fight. So yeah, I got Tempo by way of knockout, unanimous decision, or TKO, depending on the rounds. But yeah, it should be a great fight, and I'm excited, even if Chase is just an idiot. And next we have a new one, but also a pretty good one. We have SWARMZZ, the Madman versus Ed Matthews. So Ed Matthews, to his credit, honestly, what a Chad, coming in on 2 days' notice to fight SWARMZZ after Ryan Taylor's dumbass got arrested, but apparently he can't fight the fight because he made weight. How the fuck did you get fat in prison miraculously in 1 day? That doesn't make any sense. Never box again, please. And also, how did you get arrested? You're just a fucking clown. Anyway, enough about me bashing Ryan Bellend. Let's get into SWARMZZ versus Ed Matthews. And obviously, SWARMZZ is going to win this. Not only because he has a huge advantage here, full-on fight camp, and Ed Matthews is coming in only on 2 days' notice and coming off of a loss, but also SWARMZZ has improved drastically. He has improved a lot, and it just makes me so proud of him. Like, the amount of improvement that has come from the Misfits fighters is honestly crazy. It's like another thing that I really enjoy about Misfits, even though I'm not, like, on the level of liking their business tactics. I love seeing these fighters and their improvements. It is insane. It is insane. And I just... I love how good SWARMZZ has gotten, and it makes me so excited to see what he's going to do next after this. But how does SWARMZZ win this fight? I see him winning probably by unanimous decision. Now, I don't think he's going to knock Ed Matthews out, because Ed Matthews is a tough guy. Blueface is a really good fighter, and he withstanded all of those shots until that drop with the body and the eventual TKO right before the fight ended. So I think it is either going to go the exact same way as Blueface versus Ed Matthews, except SWARMZZ will just TKO him and not drop him, or he will win by unanimous decision after a barrage and just a technical masterpiece. I think this is really going to show people that SWARMZZ is amazing. And if he knocks out Ed Matthews in like 2 or 3 rounds, maybe even the first round, oh my god, could you imagine how big SWARMZZ versus Blueface would be? That would be fucking insane. It makes so much sense too. It just works. It would be insane. But no, I got SWARMZZ by unanimous decision or late 4th round TKO, same way as Blueface. Ed has a chance though. He is all right as a boxer. You know, his only win came from an old man. But same token, he's not terrible. He's going to give a better performance than the hugger, Ryan Taylor. So yeah, that's fun. So that is all the prelim fights. It is time to get into our main card before our double main events. And man, I am excited to get to. And kicking off our main card here is the only tag team on the night, but it's a good one. It is MyMateNate and Alex Wasabi versus Las Pinedas Coladas. Now, I think this is kind of a mismatch. Yes, Pineda is the pro boxer, but as we've seen, he's pretty easy if he's not against, like, novices. And as we have seen, MyMateNate easily outmaneuver B-Dave. Alex Wasabi has a lot of power. Even if he didn't drop I-dubs, he hit him with some really good shots. End of the day, I see Pineda really having to carry the team, and B-Dave kind of being an inconvenience for him. So I see this going one of two ways. Either Nick or Alex is going to TKO B-Dave, or they're just going to wail on him the whole fight, outmaneuver Pineda, and win by unanimous decision. So, yeah, it's a bit sad that Pineda's going to lose, but I'm glad Nick will get his long-deserved win due to the Survivor tag being changed to no winner. Anyways, now we got another one that's kind of slept on. One that is actually pretty wholesome and kind of cute. But we have Nunes versus MyMateNate. Obviously, both guys took on the King Kenny fight, both lost in different ways. MyMateNate getting TKO'd, and Nunes getting dominated the whole entire fight. Now, though, I want to clear up one thing before we get into this. I am tired of people using the excuse that Whindersson lasted longer and his toughness is going to win this fight for him. No, it was clear that Kenny was taking it less seriously with Whindersson than he was with Nate, due to him coming off of a loss for the Nate fight. He wanted to prove something more, and he had more to prove against a 3-0 fighter from Thailand, and he actually had some great performances. Whindersson, he only had 3 fights up until then, 2 wins, no losses, 1 exhibition draw, but that's technically a loss because it's free Adas. What do you expect? So, honestly, I'd rather be Nate than Whindersson because they both got dropped second round, but Kenny didn't take it as seriously for Whindersson. He just played with him the whole fight, which is kind of sad. But this leads into kind of my hot, but not really hot decision on here. I have MyMateNate by unanimous decision. Now, I know, I love MyMateNate, right? I love him, and I love how he has taken things. And for this fight, he seems like even better than before, and he's locked in. He said Kenny gave him a wake-up call, and he's ready. And he is destroying the pads. Whindersson's also destroying the pads. So either way, it's going to be a good fight. But same token, I can't see Nate losing this unless, like, some big upset comes near the end of the rounds. And this is for one thing and one thing alone. And this is what I mean by this and why I'm not biased on this. Nate's reach. Now, regardless of Whindersson rigging this fight or his pad footage, which technically isn't fighting, he is a pretty good fundamental boxer, and he's got some smarts about him and everything. But the one thing he struggled with, though, is Kenny's reach. Kenny had a ridiculous reach advantage on him. I think it was like 7. I think it was like 7 or 8 inches, which is insane. And then it's not the same, but Nate has a 74-inch reach, 5 inches more than Whindersson's, which is just perfect. He can literally just jab him the whole fight and win. But I also don't think he's going to do that. So he has the reach. He can just jab him, but I think he's going to hit him with a 1-2, slip out of there, hit him with a couple good hooks, and just like move his way, and he's just gonna do great the whole fight, maybe possibly dominate too. Now though, the full fight though, how I see it playing out is this. I think Winterson will win the first round. I think both of them are going to be a little tentative because they don't really want to like get knocked down early because they're coming off of that loss. So I think it's going to be a Canelo-like first round, like Canelo Charlo, where they just like land one punch, and one punch is better than the other punch. And I think that is going to be Winterson. So though, second round, Nate is going to come out better, and he is going to get some good shots off on him. Third round, he drops Winterson with his perfect uppercut, his crisp shot that he's worked on the most and is his best shot. So he's going to hit him with the uppercut. That will drop Winterson. And then finally, the fourth round, he will go on to win as well after a little back and forth. So yeah. So I'm excited for this. This is a slept-on fight, and it's just going to be awesome. But then we have the man who beat them and another man who beat another guy on this card. Someone who's hyped up to be the best influencer boxer in the scene. And he's still very good fundamental. But anyway, we have King Kenny versus Anthony Taylor. The more I think about it, the more I think how perfect this fight is. Like, it's obviously a good fight, right? Kenny coming off of 2 dominant wins and a good showing of technique, and Anthony Taylor coming off of that Saul Papi win. But, same token, Anthony is smaller than Winterson, so this could probably be even more big of a domination. But at the same token, Anthony knows how to close the distance, right? So it's kind of a bit of back and forth. Like, at first you think like Anthony Taylor should dominate this, and maybe he might still will, but Kenny actually has a chance. And I can't believe I've gone from having beef with him and hating on him and just kind of like being annoyed to actually genuinely rooting for him. Like, if he can pull this upset, that would be insane. So, yeah, I have Anthony Taylor by unanimous decision. It's going to be a little closer, but I do think he's still going to close this out with his experience. But still, though, Kenny, if you win, props to you, my guy. Big redemption right there from getting owned by Sensei. Anyway, then we have the rematch, the biggest fight ever. We have the fight that has been hyped up for almost a whole year now. Deen the Great versus Walid Sharks 2. Which, you know, kind of has been slept on recently after Saul Papi and Slim got announced. Like, it all goes like this. MyMateNate versus Winterson Nunes, slept on. King Kenny versus Anthony Taylor, slept on. Saul Papi and Slim, big. Everyone is talking about that fight. But this fight is still amazing. It's great. So I talked about it when it was announced, but I'll redo my claim here after what I saw. But I do have to say one thing. I think Walid was a little tense at the press conference. I think he was just a little bit too tense. He didn't say anything other than his prediction, and even then, he seemed like either tired or confused, so I don't know. That could be a factor, but just for this, I'm not going to say it is. So, who do I got? I got Walid by decision. Shocking, I know, because a lot of people are saying it's got to be Walid by KO or Deen by decision, but hear me out here. I think both of them are going to be very tentative and both trying to figure out each other. So they both don't get like serious damage immediately, respecting each other's power, and they are gonna go rounds between each other. What I think is Walid's gonna win the first round, Deen is gonna win the second, Walid is gonna win the third, and then He's going to drop Deen in the 4th, and then in the 5th, it is either going to be a close round and Deen wins it, or Walid wins it. So Walid wins by unanimous decision, and hopefully we get our first YouTube boxing trilogy next year. It would be crazy. So then we have the biggest fight on the undercard. We have Salt Papi versus Slim Albahar. This is insane. This is the fight everyone has wanted. This is the fight that everyone was crushed when everybody thought it would have happened. And, you know, after what I've seen, I do think Slim has a chance. At first, I thought he was crushed, but he looks a lot more technical now, and he really could just use that jab and take the fight. But I think this might go as a Salt Papi versus Josh Buckner, because Josh had, I'm pretty sure, a longer reach, and he got dominated that fight and everything. And Slim is a little bit of a risky fighter, so he might run into stuff. So, I don't feel bad about this decision, but just know that I think Slim also has a chance, but I think Salt Papi is going to knock him out in the 3rd or 4th round of their 5-round fight, confirmed. And I think it's going to be a crazy showing from Salt Papi. He's just so different. He's locked in. He's serious. He doesn't want another loss. Slim wants to come back from that Tom Zanetti performance. But weirdly, he said he won every round. No, you didn't. Tom Zanetti took the 3rd and he almost had you out. So, no. But anyways, yeah, I have Salt Papi by knockout or possible Slim by decision. It depends. So, yeah. Anyways, now we get into our double main event. Let's do this. So, first main event, technically, / co-main, Logan Paul versus Dillon Danis. The biggest fight on the card. And now, it's obvious, I have Logan Paul by whatever the fuck he wants. Now, it seems like he's not going for the knockout, or maybe he is. He just wants to brutalize Dillon Danis. After everything he said, after everything he's done, after the mic throw and everything, he wants to brutalize him. So I think it's either going to be a 4th or 5th round knockout, or maybe unanimous decision, domination. But, you know, let's give Dillon a little bit of credit. Let's not compare him to Ben Askren, even though we are, and he probably is. Let's give him a little bit of a chance here on this prediction. Logan did get cut, and, you know, if Dillon does properly hit that spot, which is by his left eye, maybe he could possibly get a doctor's stoppage. Also, Logan's gas tank is good and bad. He was not totally beat, but he was pretty beat after 13 minutes. So, you know, possibly Dillon can take those other rounds. But I do think even if Logan's gassed, his jab, his activity, his understanding of boxing is going to win him this fight. But also, he has to work through that Drake curse, so... But, okay. Same token. The people who have won the Drake curse had boxing or MMA experience, like Sean Strickland, Tommy. Everyone Drake bet against had experience. Dillon doesn't. So, I still feel like Logan dominates this fight, no matter... if it goes the distance, no matter if he knocks him down or out and everything, he's just gonna get this fight out of there and he's going to destroy Dillon. Now we get into co-main annoyance fight. We get into John Cena. Okay, fine. We get into the main event, KSI versus Tommy Fury. And, you know, I am going with the obvious, but it is also a bit of a different take. I have Tommy by 3rd or 4th round TKO. And for one reason, one important reason. His defense, his timing. JJ is not ready for this step at all. Now, I called it an execution, and maybe that's an understatement. This is an annihilation Tommy is going to put on KSI. Because he just still, 5 years later, is running into shots. He hasn't felt like a big combo. He hasn't just done anything right. If Joe can get down his timing, then Tommy, it's raps. And also, as much as I credit Joe for this little combination and getting that hook, it wasn't fast or powerful. Tommy, even though people don't say it, does have some power. So that will be affecting JJ. So here's how I see it going. I see Tommy taking the first round. I see Tommy taking the second round with maybe JJ getting a little bit back. In the third round, he's just going to end it. He's going to barrage him with a combination JJ doesn't have an answer to. Maybe get dropped, and they're going to wave it. So, yeah, that is it. So anyways, guys, that is my predictions for the Prime card. I'm super excited for this event tomorrow. It is going to be amazing. Honestly, this is the penultimate event of YouTube boxing, and I am beyond excited to see it. So yeah, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow on stream. See you guys then. Peace out.